The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Ford, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County, beginning with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3 this week, we have the Leadership Academy football team. The Lions won their first game ever in their Connors and Ferris Bowl game win over Greece Olympia by a score of 12-6. A 52-yard pass going from Daquan Holloway to Denzel Brown produced the game-winning points. At number 2, Greece Athena's cheerleading squad. Trojans won their first ever sectional title in Class A. Fairport reclaimed the Class AA championship from Penfield. And at number 1, we have the Pittsford Sutherland girls soccer team. 12th seeded in the Class A sectionals, the Knights knocked off defending champion HFL in the pre-quarters, 3-2 in penalty kicks. In the quarterfinals against 4th seeded Brighton, Sutherland won again, claiming a marathon that went scoreless through regulation, 2 10 and 2 5-minute overtimes, and 13 rounds of penalty kicks that took 2 days to complete due to the lightning suspension. Which brings us to Bishop Kearney High School, where the championship game-bound Kings have been both very good and very lucky. They've been a little under the radar, at least as much as a football team that won its first 2 games of the year by a combined 131-0 margin can. But that's football in Section 5's Class Double D, where there is a vast range in ability.
It's just a matter of how many kids that you can get to come out. I think the difference between a small school and a big school is obviously numbers. Traditionally, over my past 7 years, we had 23, 24 kids. That's good numbers. So obviously they have to play both ways, and they can get tiring at times.
Despite carrying a handful of players who would otherwise be playing modified ball, the Kings don't have enough players to field such a team. Kearney did well. They scored 60 points or more against 3 outclassed opponents, but also took on traditionally powerful Calmum, Letchworth, and Leroy, and won 2 of those games, finishing 6-1.
We did have a good year. Our only hiccup was to a tough Leroy team, but what that did for us was let us know that if we play up to our standards, that we can play with anybody. We did make a lot of mistakes, but when you're playing a good team like that, you can't make mistakes and you have to beat them because they don't beat themselves.
A year ago, this didn't look possible. Quarterback Tyler Curtin and his 33 touchdown passes had graduated.
I was worried a little bit because Tyler was a great player and he did make a lot of plays, but Todd came in, stepped in, and did a lot of great things for us, and he's playing pretty well this year.
What was he like, sort of like a gift from the sky? I mean, the guy transfers in Rush Henrietta and he just happens to be a quarterback.
Yeah, nobody really knew. They all thought, and we didn't know if he would be that great of a player, but he's actually proved himself pretty well.
I actually know Tyler Curtin. He's actually was a good friend of mine, and I knew replacing him was going to be tough because of how much numbers and stuff he's put up. But I came here confident, knowing that our team would do good, and I want what's best for our team. So, yeah, I was pretty confident coming here.
Luck is the residue of design. Branch Rickey. Todd LaRocca was a sophomore with mighty Rush Henrietta last year. He had come through the system as a quarterback, but was playing wide receiver for the Comets and wasn't happy about it. So he transferred to Kearney.
It was difficult because I had a lot of my really good friends here at Rush, and coming here I didn't have much, but me going from Rush to here was probably the best decision I ever made, because here I'm better academically and like sports-wise and stuff.
With LaRocca at the controls, Kearney didn't miss a beat. Todd was among the state leaders in passing yardage and helped turn Ardell Brown and Jalen Long, the coach's kid, into small school stars and himself into a Division I college prospect. The Kings are ranked 5th in the state. They play undefeated Red Jacket in Sunday's Class Double D final, looking for their first Section 5 championship since 1989.
It's been probably the best experience I've ever had in my life. I mean, coming here, I already knew a couple of the kids here, and I was really good friends with them because I played travel with them, and I knew that we were going to have a nice season this year.
When we return, boys soccer in the city and leading the revival when the Vision Automotive Group High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Thanks for joining us. Time now for our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3, we have Taj Eady from the Spencerport football team. Led his team to a victory over East. The Rangers were the tough luck team of the year with a 4-3 regular season record, but failing to qualify for sectionals. They stayed engaged anyway. Nice job, guys. At number 2, from Aquinas boys soccer, Roll Duncan scored all 4 goals in Little Irish 4-1 win over Newark in the Class A2 quarterfinals. And at number 1, Hannah Callahan of the Wheatland Chi-Li girls soccer team. That's a school we don't hear much from. Hannah scored all 3 goals in a Class C tournament win over Cuba Rushford. The Wildcats are 17-0. Which brings us to the city, where World of Inquiry is leading a boys soccer revival. There are 18 players in the World of Inquiry boys soccer team. They bus 15 minutes to practice from Franklin to what used to be Jefferson High School. They bring their own netting and attach it to one of the goalposts. But the Griffins do more than persevere. They do more than win. They're leading a soccer revival in the city.
It's special, and we're trying to seize the moment and seize the opportunity, and I think this is great for the Rochester City School District and as well as the whole Rochester community in general. We're trying to use this game of soccer and this positive moment, small moment, to help uplift our district and our city.
World of Inquiry is 14-2-2, top seeded in the Section 5 Class C1 draw. This was not just the result of playing in the City League. The Griffins' own victory is over Bishop Kearney and Byron Burgeon. They tied McQuaid. Jason Cherritt, a high honors student, was the class player of the year.
I had a big responsibility of getting the kids to practice, making sure they're showing up ready and all that. But the kids are pretty good about coming to the practices and wanting to actually play instead of just being there because someone told them to.
And the results have been pretty gratifying, don't you think?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. It's a big year for us.
They are led by an 8th grader, 6 years removed from his native Tanzania. Toy Hakizimana scored 26 goals in Inquiry's 17 regular season games.
Our team is good. Feel me, like we just have a great team, and then playing with seniors like Jason and it's fun.
A lot of that has been you. I mean, you're putting the ball in the net on a regular basis, aren't you?
Yeah, but I do it with the team.
Good. Hey, line back up. Let's stop it.
He finds this as a place to release and a place that is a community for him. He views his teammates as his brothers, so he's able to come here and just be at one with the field, the pitch on soccer, and with his friends.
There is organized club soccer in the city. World of Inquiry coach Dion Rogers, who's working towards a doctorate in executive leadership at Fisher, has a relationship with both the Flower City and Riverflow teams. He's assisted by Sarah Bidgerman, who works with the international program in the city and whose skills are essential here. Meanwhile, this team tries to accomplish what has never been done by a city team before: win a sectional soccer title. It is within their reach.
can go around the city of Rochester and see kids playing soccer throughout many fields. I believe what we're doing, our boys will be the leaders. And again, the future for city soccer is on the upswing.
What lends soccer to being the sport that you can ride like this?
I think because it's so, a reflection of our team, it's just so diverse. You have these different cultures and nationalities coming together and using soccer as a way of bringing people together.
The former Dr. Freddie Thomas High School made it to the Class B finals 5 years ago, but lost. Coming up, we have the top high school football plays of the week, and later on, a new breed of cross-country runners in the Monroe County League Championships, when the Vision Automotive Group High School Sports Beat continues. We are back. Thanks for watching the Vision Automotive Group High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now for our high school football plays of the week, brought to you in stunning HD by our friends at Varsity Media. It's sectional time. Here are our top 5 high school football plays of the week. From the sectionals, these are all tournament games. With the pressure on, we have Webster Schrader playing at Victor. We're going to miss these two guys. Brett Segala to Will Blake. Segala throwing against the grain, rolling left, throwing right. Hits Blake for the touchdown of 18 yards. Blake had 19 receptions in that loss to Victor. At number 4, we have Brighton playing at Eastridge. Eastridge sends C.J. Turner right through the middle. It looks like he's just shot through a cannon in the middle of that line of scrimmage. Untouched until he's just about to the end zone. For Turner, that was good for 43 yards. He had a 129-yard day. That touchdown, and Eastridge scored 50 again. At number 3, Wilson playing at Brockport. This is why you do the tip drill. Brockport passing and Dimitri Richardson of Wilson intercepting, and a really nice return. That's pure speed, 42 yards for the touchdown. Wilson a loser to Brockport, 17-6. At number 2, Pittsburgh playing at Aquinas. Jake Zembiak, controversial over the week, but boy, can this kid play. Steps up and throws a perfect 55-yard touchdown pass in stride to Ernest Edwards. Aquinas won the game 37-20, but of course you know that one had more to say about. At number 1, we have Canandaigua at Irondequoit, and for Irondequoit freshman John Lombardi, 87 yards for the touchdown run, had 124 yards running in Irondequoit's 28-14 win over Canandaigua. Sectional championships and regional tournament play highlight our Section 5 calendar this week. We start out Tuesday with the Class AA Boys Soccer Championship game. Fairport is the top seed and defending champion in that division. Swimming begins Wednesday. Class B preliminaries for the girls at 5 o'clock. Class A prelims at Thursday at 5. All the swimming at the Webster Aquatic Center at Schrader High School. Friday finals for the Bees are at 5. The Class A sectional championships are Saturday beginning at 4:30. The boys will crown a Class A volleyball champion, likely either McQuaid or Penfield. The girls have decided champions. They move on to regional action Saturday. Section 5 will host. Webster Thomas and Schrader share hosting duties for the girls' soccer regionals on Saturday. The football for the week, championship games, Class A is Friday night at 8 o'clock. That's the week ahead in Section 5. Coming up, our all-sports high school game of the week from Parma Park, when the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat continues. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us for the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Running, it's as pure a sport as there is. Our all-sport high school game of the week takes us to Parma Park in Hilton for the Monroe County League Cross Country Championships.
Detroit, 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 Detroit. Down on 3, 1, 2, 3.
There are a couple of sports where the Monroe County League Championships upstage sectionals. Wrestling is one, cross country another, because the large and not so large schools compete without regard for class.
Hilton 3, Hilton 3, 1, 2, 3, Hilton!
I think the county race is more important than the sectionals because all the schools are here. How are you approaching that?
I like counties better because, like you said, there's more people in it. So I think it's better just because I have more girls to race and more people that are going to push me and help me get a better time and stuff.
Cooper is clearly the distance runner on the girls' side to beat this year.
It's been going really well so far. I've had a lot of races, but none with a lot of competition, so I'm looking forward to the championship season now.
Cooper broke clear of the 150 runners competing for county honors at Parma Park.
Well, the strengths today are your start is the wind's going to be at your back, so they're going to be flying at the starting point. And then through the woods, there's a little hills and some tight spots where they bunch up a little bit. And one of the bridges is a little slippery in there. And then their biggest challenge is when they're coming back this way, they're into this wind. And their finishes are right against the wind.
At the straightaway to the finish line, Cooper was running alone.
Good job, right through to the back of the chute. Keep that moving.
Yeah, that was definitely the plan from the beginning, was to take it out and just get some distance on everyone and then keep pushing and keep, putting the pedal down and try to make the gap bigger.
To that extent, you don't make it easy on yourself to post a great time because there's nobody pushing you.
Yeah, it's really hard. I have to pretend that there's people up ahead of me that I can't see, so I try to do that, and I'll just throw in random surges throughout the race to try to pretend like there's someone there and hopefully, push myself a little bit more.
A sophomore whose time will arrive upon Cooper's graduation was second. Churchville's Anna Costarellis finished some 24 seconds behind. How unsettling is it when Alex gets off to such a great start and you realize early we're running for second place?
Well, it wasn't too bad. I know she's a great runner and I'd have to compete with her really hard if I wanted to do my best, but I went out there, did the best I could, and I'm really happy with the result.
Webster Thomas Jr. Nick Niamtu, the former freshman basketball standout, established himself as the top male runner.
Yeah, it wasn't the most conventional decision, but it's what I wanted to do because I really enjoy running, and I've been really happy with my decision.
Guys that get into basketball, it seems to really grip them. What turned you to running more?
I just sort of lost the love of the game. I'm not really sure why, but it just happened, and I really just started liking running more.
And plus, you got really good at it really fast.
Yeah, that always helps, too.
It wasn't clear who presented the biggest challenge to Niamtu, but he'd be wearing a Pittsford Mendon uniform. The Vikings are the top-ranked Class A team in the state.
1, 2, 3, MENDONVIKINGS! Oh yes, and we are the best! Go Mendon!
That's awesome for us. We got first in states last year, and being ranked first in the state this year for the second time in a row is great. That shows that we're really strong and we're ready to run some fast times, every one of us.
Pittsford's strength is its depth. 3 Vikings wound up finishing in the top 5 of this race. Through the woods, Niamtu and Burton were running first and second, but the field was a lot tighter among the leaders than the girls' race. The finish was a classic, with Niamtu trying to hold off the Viking, except it wasn't Burton, it was Griffin Hess. All right, look, you make that turn, that final elbow turn to the stretch, and you have a chance. How's that feel?
Oh, it felt great. I had one of my friends come back from Geneseo and he was yelling at me, "You can catch him, you can catch him." And I was feeling a little tired. Then we came up out of the woods on the field way back over there, and I just felt it and I started to go, and I nearly caught him, and I was very excited.
What's the feeling when the leader takes a peek back to see where you are?
It feels great. It's very exhilarating. Oh man, I almost had, I could almost touch him.
Niamtu beat Hess by a mere 2 seconds to claim the county crown.
Well, I knew he was up there, and I saw the maroon Mendon uniforms everywhere, so I knew it could have been him.
All right, feels good winning this race?
Yeah, definitely. It was one of my goals, so yeah. A thank you to our partners at the dealerships of the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible, as do you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.